and Chronic. Welcome to the Saltmine 3 player interviews. I've been interviewing a couple of players, actually a few players now from Saltmine 3 Stage 1, just to get your guys' thoughts on what's going on, what's up with you at the moment. You're a player who doesn't need any introduction for the majority of the Rocket League scene, but for anyone who isn't aware, yeah, you're coming out off a season as the number one team in North America 3v3 for RLCS. In your by far your most successful seasons like ever. So yeah,
Yeah.
brief
Yeah.
yeah brief thoughts from yourself. How's the off season going? We just want to check in with you. What have you been getting up to besides like the usual school scrims? What's going on with Chronic in the off season after such a successful season?
The off season's been going pretty great. We got first killer, so that's pretty awesome. And yeah, besides that, just been like going to school, scrimming every day, and kind of just like taking a break from the game, lowering my hours, and just yeah, like enjoying some time off the game.
Yeah, and yeah, you mentioned there you got first killer. You apparently Jack and first killer now on Gen G. You've been just scrimming. You haven't played any tournaments, I believe, yet with the roster.
Yeah, we have not.
Yeah, how are you enjoying playing a first killer? What's he like as a teammate to scrim with, to practice with?
It's been a lot of fun. We've been doing pretty well in our scrims so far. It's like his ability is just kind of insane. He can score from like any position, so it's just a lot of fun to play with him.
And you've actually got quite a lot of history playing against first killer in 1v1, like going way back, like maybe like 3-4
Yeah.
years now. You played him in, a lot of people might not know this because it's so long ago, but you played him in Salt Mine 1, the first ever Salt Mine years ago. I think it was 2020 or maybe even 2019, was
I think
it?
it was 2019, end of 2019.
Yeah, I think you're right. End of 2019. You played against, First Killer. You played against players like Khaled, I believe, in the World Playoffs. Like, you played against a lot of guys who are still at the top of the game in Salt Mine 1. Well, they're the only two actually who played in Salt Mine 1 besides you. So, yeah, what are how does it feel being such a now, you're just going to come off the back of your best season in RLCS, but also you've been around for a bit. You've had a lot of longevity. So, is that something you're proud of?
Yeah, it kind of feels weird thinking of myself as like a player who's had longevity because I feel like a lot of people forget that I did pretty well in Salt Mine 1. I'm pretty sure I got
You did.
top 4 in the world. I only lost to Khaled. I don't know if he won it,
He did.
but
Yeah.
yeah, he was like the undisputed best player in the world in ones back then. But yeah, it doesn't feel like I've been a player with longevity since I kind of didn't play much like for the years in between Salt Mine 1 and this RLCS season, but I am happy with how long I've like stayed at the top of ones and just stayed at the top in general.
Yeah, you did have a phenomenal Salt Mine 1. Just to give a quick recap of your results in case you've forgotten them or in case anyone listening has never heard this, has forgotten. Yeah, you came second in NA. You beat Lethamere. You beat Lion Blaze. You finished second place behind First Killer, who's won all the NA Salt Mines. And then in the World Championship, you beat this guy that some people might have heard of before, Alpha 54. Don't know if you're familiar with him. Pretty decent player there right now, and from Team Vitality. And like you said, yeah, you lost to Khaled, who was undisputed best, won the entire thing. So yeah, you only lost to the guys who won NA Salt Mine 1 and won the whole tournament. So yeah, back then you were very much at the top of the NA1 scene. But you were too young to play RLCS, and you actually told me right before we recorded this interview that you were too young to play Salt Mine 2, and that's why you didn't play Salt Mine 2. But is that why you weren't really playing between Salt Mine 1 and your recent success?
Well, I kind of wanted to go pro when I was 15, and I had some opportunities to be like at least a low mid-tier pro, but I kind of still didn't know if I wanted to fully commit to the game, so I kept playing hockey, and I just didn't want to like commit to Rocket League fully, so I didn't decide to do that until last summer, and then luckily Jack and Ollie picked me up, and we had a great season.
When you say you played hockey, is that ice hockey?
It is ice
See,
hockey, yes.
I'm a European. I don't know what that means, but
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, I
ice
forgot to
hockey.
specify.
People say that Rocket League is familiar to ice hockey. I often hear this. If there was a sport that is similar to Rocket League, it would be ice hockey. A lot of people tell me this, but as an ice hockey player, would you say that that's at all true?
Yeah, I actually would like kind of there's only 5 players on a team at a time for
Hmm.
hockey, like on the ice, and like the way everyone kind of moves around, I think mirrors Rocket League more closely than any other sport.
And what position did you play? Are there even positions in
Yeah,
hockey?
there are.
There are.
I was right side on defense. There's 2 defenders and then 3 forward.
Okay. Oh, wait. Two defenders and three forward. Is there a goalkeeper?
Yeah, yeah, there is. Yeah,
So six in each team.
yeah. I usually, yeah, I forgot to specify that.
Can't believe it. Like it always doesn't matter what sport it is. The goalkeeper's not getting enough appreciation. But anyway, I digress. We don't want to turn this into a hockey interrogation. Let's talk about 1v1. You came into Salt Mine 3v3 as the number one seed in NA, actually, because you had a couple of really good runs. Gamers 8, you were doing very well. You did very well at the Real 1v1 Invitational. That was, I think, was that the first time that you were number one in NX? First killer Daniel kind of had a clamp on that for years, it seems, and I think you got ahead of them coming into the tournament, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think it was the first time I was number one in a long time, maybe ever.
What did that feel like? Did it feel good to be number one in 1v1? No
Yeah,
teammates. Nobody can say you get carried by your teammates. Nobody can say you're carrying your teammates. You're just the best.
yeah, I was pretty confident going to the Chalkcast tourney. I didn't perform as well as I would have liked to, but yeah, I did really well in that Chalkcast tourney
Hmm.
for Saudi, and yeah, I was just if it gave me a lot of confidence.
And then in the opening group stage matches for Salt Mine 3, you went 3-0, you beat Beast Mode, you beat Zapatos. Now, Zapatos actually went 0-5 in the group, but he took you to game 5. That I think for me shows how close everybody was in the group. Well, how competitive maybe the group was. Wait, is that the kind of the vibe you got? Do you think that the tournament is just stacked now? The NA1 scene is just like peaking, is just more stacked than ever?
Yeah, I would say it's pretty close amongst the top right now. I was really impressed with CRR.
Hmm.
Yeah, he played me really well. I didn't think I had my best series, but I was pretty confident going to him, and he played really well. So I think he's the person who impressed me the most.
Well, I'll let you do your own investigation. I did interview CRR and he talked a little bit about that match. So if you want to hear about what he had to say, that content does exist as well. But yeah, you went game 5 with a bunch of people. I feel like there were a lot of game 5s in the group stage. You ended up overall going 3 wins, 2 losses in the group stage, and just missing out on top 2, which put you into basically the elimination match straight away. The way the playoffs work, as I'm sure you know, if you go top 2 in your group, you've got an extra life at the start of the playoff. But you went third, so you didn't, and you dropped to Cosmic, which is a big upset. Um, yeah, looking at that Cosmic match, what went wrong? Do you think in that series? Were you looking past him, or did you know it was going to be a really tough match? Was it just not your day?
I would say it probably wasn't my day. I don't want to cope too hard, but I just like wasn't mentally there. And he played well. He beat me, but I was not happy with how I played at all. And I didn't underestimate him. I know that he's a great ones player, but yeah, I would just kind of chalk it up to not my day.
Hmm. Um, the format does get pretty brutal all of a sudden. Going from group stage into playoff like that, it's like suddenly okay, now you can't lose. But yeah, it's so stacked that looking at where the losses came from. You lost to CRR, first killer, and then you got game 5 by Cosmic. I mean, it's not like you had a bad tournament, but are you happy with top 8 as kind of like ballpark for where you want to be in Salt Mine, or are you aiming higher in stage 2?
Nah, I'm definitely aiming higher in stage two. This last time I wanted to get a minimum of top four, so the top eight result was definitely not a fun one for me.
Oh yeah, that's exciting. I'm glad to hear the competitive streak is still there. But yeah, what other players you've not yet played against? a bunch of the players in Salt Mine, the guys in the other group actually. But yeah, you didn't run into Evo, Daniel, AJ, or your own teammate Jack, Ray's Bull. Is there anyone else in any one scene right now that you want to play against that you hope you run into next time in stage two?
Anyone that I want to play?
Or players you've played already? Or is there anyone you want to play that you want to get revenge on or just enjoy playing even?
I would like to play CRR again.
Yeah.
I think more than anyone. Yeah, I that series I think was the one that frustrated me the most.
Just because he beat you, or because of the way that the
Uh,
games were?
I his defense I think is the part that irritates me the most. He's very solid in defense, and like a lot of my chances, I think I should be able to finish against him, and they'll just pull off some saves. So I would like to play him again, and just, I don't know. I want to play him again.
Yeah,
No particular reason.
I wouldn't mind it. I wouldn't mind it. Yeah, you guys are a good fun series to watch. I would love to see it again myself. I believe even I might have. Yeah, I streamed that one myself. There's a bunch of streamers helping with all the matches, but I must have wanted to watch that one because I chose it out of all of the 6 matches that were happening to watch that one in that round. But yeah, you are not in too bad of a spot. Even if you're not too happy with the result for stage one, you're still in a good spot to work your way up the rankings. Top 8 is the cutoff in points for the final double money playoffs. So you're in there at least, and you've got a head start on some other good players like Beast Mode, Jack, Razebull, who are behind you. But yeah, who do you think is the biggest threat? I feel like it might be a bit of an obvious question. Who do you think is the biggest threat right now in North American Salt Mine that you're going to need to play your absolute best to take down?
Probably first. He won it, and I think he looked really good doing it. So yeah, definitely first.
And you've had, First Killer in Salt Mine 1 years ago, First Killer now in Salt Mine 3. What is it about First Killer in Salt Mine? Because he was kind of away from his best in 1v1 for a while before this, and now he's back. What do you think it is about this tournament that makes him play so well?
I don't know. First has owned me in ones for many, many years. I guess in Solomon, he always just comes back to dominate again.
Now, just to finish off here, I wanted to ask you a bit more about 1v1 over the years. You played 1v1. You're one of the best in NA when you're 13 years old. Prodigy. Obviously, 1v1 is a big part in your success. I think I'm correct in saying that's one of the reasons. Maybe not the 1v1 aspect, but the fact that you're mechanical was one of the reasons Nolly and Jack looked at you when they were looking for a teammate in the first place. Is that correct?
I I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they've been explaining that a few times publicly. But yeah, my question related to that is how important do you think 1v1 is or was for your own improvement, for your own development? Do you think you'd be where you are right now if you didn't go down that path, playing 1v1 to an incredibly high level before you were at the RLCS age?
I think ones is probably the most important game mode for improvement. I think it helped me get to where I am completely. And it also helps with recognition because I think it's the easiest game mode to get recognized in.
Yeah, no one can say you got carried or anything like that, right?
Yeah.
Well, are you still playing a lot of ones outside of RLCS to improve, or have you done your your 1v1 time? How important is it to you now to keep on form in
I
form?
I think I've definitely been playing less ones than I should. I'm not even ranked right now this season, but
Whoa, that's fine.
I
It's okay.
I do think it's very important, and I definitely should be playing more ones to like hold my ability and improve.
Well, yeah, we're looking forward to seeing more of you in Salt Mine 3 Stage 2. Good luck to you in Salt Mine 3 Stage 2. But we had a chat before we started recording here. You say you don't like streaming too much because you like to take breaks when you're playing and stuff like that. But you are, I noticed, making YouTube videos now. So if people want to watch more Chronic, YouTube is the place to do it at the moment. You're uploading, or are you looking to upload regularly in the off season?
Yeah, I've kind of been slacking with that, but starting soon, I do plan on uploading consistently.
That's not how you advertise your channel. What you say, Chronic, is yes, I'm going to be uploading all the time.
Yes,
Subscribe for more Chronic gameplay on Chronic RL _ on YouTube. Or actually, it's just
Well,
at Chronic RL. Don't
yeah,
know why I said
there you go.
at Chronic RL underscore on Twitter though. That's where I got the underscore from. Yeah, you guys should definitely check him out. I'm sure you all know who Chronic is as a player after the RLCS season you've just had, and a lot of the fans of my channel will know you from 1v1 back in the day and currently. But yeah, you're making content, and yeah, keep it up. That's something I love to see, and I look forward to seeing more of myself. But that's all. I wanted to ask you. Is there anything you wanted to say to finish off the interview?
I don't think so. Thank you for having me.
I every time I ask Chronic any question like that, I always say I don't think so. So I thought I'd just finish off as we always do. But yeah, thanks again, Chronic. Good luck in the next stage of Salt Mine 3, and I'll chat to you soon.